Hi everyone, this is Sheelaa and Bajaj, and this is episode number 24. It's been a long time since I uploaded a new topic, so today I thought about talking about a very interesting thing about being, limitless. And I've had a lot of people, I consult with a lot of people one on one. I do a lot of programs, I do a lot of talks and motivational talks. So the one thing that I notice that people visit me a lot for is their limitations. And a lot of times, from the other things that I also do, which is energy work on the outside, be it numerology, be it healing, feng shui, vastu, all of the other modalities that I also practice, I've also noticed that a lot of times we put so much energy into, the power of all of these aspects on the outside, we forget that the magic is also on the inside. And being limitless is something that, that starts with the decisions that we've made about ourselves, the conclusions that we've made about ourselves. A lot of times people have a conclusion or a decision about themselves that they are, bad at roads, or they are not good at technology, or they are not good at creativity. So everything that you do in your life ends up being consistent with what you've decided on who you are. I mean, at what age did you decide that you were not good at something? At what age did you decide that you're not a people's person? At what age did you decide that you're not cut out to handle money? That's a familiar one, right? A lot of people almost find a shame in saying that I'm good with money. Most times people would like to, portray or say or believe that they're not good with money. Because it's not okay to be good with money in the first place. It's a topic for another time. But a lot of times we build these logos or these decisions about ourselves that we are a certain way. And that's exactly how we show up. If you've decided that you're a very, that you're an extrovert, that you're a playful, crazy person, you're not going to be reserved because you follow through, live and believe and act out exactly what you believe that you are. So if you believe that you're conservative, you will not go and be, crazy even if an odd moment you feel like being so. So a lot of times our behavior, our life and our achievements are carved out, attracted, repelled. There are so many experiences that we kind of walk into with this belief or this design. The design is already, the blueprint is already in our brain. We've decided that we're not good at something, or we've decided that we're not extroverts, or we've decided that we're not good at public speaking, or we've decided we're not good at business. And everything that we do, every action, every motive, every reaction, every decision that we make is in line with that. So I'm going to ask each one of you a simple question. At what age did you decide you are something, you're not something, you're good at something, you're not good at something? At what age did you decide that you're cut out for something and not cut out for something? And at what age did you start limiting yourself and start building these impressions of who you are? Now, sometimes these things strengthen us, but sometimes they also create our biggest blocks and our biggest limitations. For example, I may have thought that I'm not good with technology until I was forced and, thrown into an ocean of where I needed to kind of grapple with technology. And I realized that if I really put my energy into it, I was pretty good at it. But we'd like to believe that we're not good at something to also sort of, take away that responsibility of doing it, of achieving it. If you say that you're good with money, then you have to show phenomenons with money. You'll have to show success with money. But if you said you're not good at something, it takes away the responsibility of having to perform or showing up. So how much have you avoided showing up in your universe just because of that mental laziness or that, that lethargy of doing phenomenally well at it? Because, you just don't want to do it because there are people who are now going to expect that you're going to show up that way. So if you say that you're good with money, you'd have to show up successful. And is it just easier to say that I'm not good with money and do mediocrely okay at it? So how much of mediocrity have you settled for in your life because you said something or decided something about yourself? And trust me, your perception about yourself is what designs you, is what makes you. And a lot of times, everything that we attract in our life, including that promotion, including that paycheck jump, including, the magical contracts that you get, or the business deal that you get, or, a new offer that you get, a proposal that you get, a partner that you get. A lot of times, the things that you attract in your life are based on those thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and those decisions that you've designed about yourself. Because that's the energy, that's the signal that you're sending out. Those are the feelers and the antennas that you're sending out. If you send out the vibes that you're bad with money, is anyone going to come and offer you maybe a business or a transaction or something to do with money? You've already kind of declared that about yourself. So is it time to change that? I mean, is it something that you really want to change? The first thing is to ask yourself, are you okay with living in that mediocrity? Are you okay with people viewing you and not you not attracting those offers or that magic in your life? Because really, when we want to manifest something, we would like to manifest, a ton of things. On every manifestation, day, I have people manifesting things that they don't really believe that they can achieve, or not really believing, or not, their beliefs about themselves are kind of contradictory to the manifestation they're asking for. So it's time to redesign, your brain and your beliefs about yourself. Are you willing to let go of all these beliefs that you have about yourself? Are you willing to let go of all these logos and these impressions that you've decided that you are? Because it really takes that one, awareness of all the things that you've decided you are. So get a pen and paper, and it's a good exercise to do. It's not going to come at the first shot. It's going to come slowly. It's not something that you're going to write down 10 points of right now, and that's that. It's a process that you're going to have to go through for the next 1 month. Is every time you realize that you said something about yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not good with this, or I'm good at that, or I'm a people's person, or I'm not a people's person. Every time you said something about yourself that is something that you've already made a decision of, how much of your life have you limited because of that decision? Write down the points of how you've limited yourself and what are the areas you've limited about yourself. And the next thing I want you to write down is how many things or how many events in your life have you limited because of that decision about yourself. And once you start get that awareness, ask yourself if you're willing to let go of that. Are you willing to jump into, the vastness of, really receiving yourself for being unlimited and limitless? Because once you've decided that you're something, you can't be limitless. But once you've kind of let go of that decision, there is a willingness. There has to be a willingness to be limitless, and there has to be, that free flow and that free fall of I'm willing to be limitless. And being limitless is telling yourself that who decided that, or whose point of view was that? Who told me that when I was a kid? Which teacher told me that I was not good at math? Or who told me that I'm not fit for numbers? Or did someone tell me that I'm not smart enough? Or what definition of smartness, or what definition of intelligence, or what definition about X, Y, or Z have you bought into that makes you believe you're not something? For example, I may not have been book smart, but I'm street smart, right? So what definition of book smart have I bought into that makes me believe that I'm not smart? And all the areas that I was told that being book smart was the only thing that was the ultimate. You've got to let go of that addiction of believing that the book smart smartness is what I need to survive. And what if you were willing to embrace your street smartness? What if you were willing to embrace your unconventional way of smartness or business? So a lot of times people say that I'm not cut out for business because I'm not structured, or I haven't gone to MBA school, I haven't got a business school, so I'm not cut out for this. But what if it is something that you already have in you? What if it is something that's already, within you that you didn't even realize? Maybe you're good with money and you've just not been willing to acknowledge you're good with money, because then you're going to have to go out there and create and show up. So how many of you have really demeaned yourself, have, made yourself smaller and said that, I'm not street smart, or I'm not book smart, or what definition have you fallen into? What definition have you bought into that you made yourself smaller? And today the question is, are you willing to let go of that definition? Are you willing to free yourself from that cage of believing that? Because really, the first freedom that you want to experience is the freedom in your mind, the freedom in what you believe. Because the moment you let go of that mindset, you're free. You can create anything that you want in your life. You can create anything that you desire in your life. But it starts with freeing your mind. It starts with rewiring your brain to believe that. It starts with saying, what if all of the beliefs that I ever had till today, that either my parents gave me or I built myself, was nothing but rubbish? What if every belief that I've ever built about who I am and what I'm capable of was all rubbish, was just constructed, and maybe it's just rubbish and I've just fed myself a lot of wrong programs? You would start to unravel zones of yourself and areas of yourself that you never thought was possible. Like sometimes you say, I'm not good at cooking, but what if all of that was rubbish? What if you bought into someone's lie? What if you bought into your own lie? What if you could just explore and do whatever you love to do without having that belief? And I really wonder, because I've actually given this tool to so many people, and I have followed through with this tool in my businesses. I mean, I run multiple businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur is what people call me. And, I have used the skill of, every time I get stuck or I hit like a dead end, I tell myself, what if this is just my imagination? What if this is something that I just bought into because I don't fit into the book? Like I don't fit into a definition. And are you willing to be a person who doesn't fit into any definition? I'm willing to be limitless, and I'm willing to be a person that no one can fit into a box. So are you willing to be that crazy and that undefined that no one can put you in a box, not even yourself? And then start to see how you show up. So every day you wake up in the morning and say, everything that I thought I was yesterday, I'm willing to let it go. All the definitions and all the places that I thought I was this, I'm willing to let that go. And let's see if we can really let go of all those impressions that we have about ourselves. And also a really good exercise to do is write all those down on a piece of paper and burn it every single day. And if you want to bring some more esoteric magic into it, get a black candle, write all this down on a piece of paper and burn it with the black candle. And it really kind of melts away all those layers of that energy in your life that no longer serve you. So I'm leaving you with this entire universe of being limitless, and I hope each one of you can find yourself in the ocean of all your judgments, in the ocean of all your beliefs, in the ocean of all your decisions about yourself. And I hope you can get out of that ocean of decisions and create a limitless ocean of possibility for yourself, with believing that you are who you say you are. And if you liked what I spoke about, please leave a review on my podcast. This is so valuable for everyone who's listening. And I thank all my listeners for sharing this podcast. And, I get so many people who actually write to me and tell me that, this podcast really was a game changer for me. Thank you so much for writing in. It encourages me to do more. Keep writing in. You can mail me on sheelaa@sheelaa.com. You can visit my website, sheelaa.com. Share this podcast on all your social media so that people who need this motivation are able to receive it and help other people. I mean, maybe you can't be a motivational speaker, maybe you can, but if you want to be a contribution to the world, maybe you can pass this on to someone or in your social network that someone might benefit from this. I thank you all for being a part of my journey and helping me create a world of possibility for people who think that there is nothing more. I'm here to kind of unleash the limitless possibilities of this world and humanity, and I urge each one of you to do the same. If it's something that you can't do yourself, or you feel, where do I start, please just share this on your social media and I'll be really grateful. See you in my next episode. For now, bye bye, take care of yourself and write to me, give me feedback. I'd love to hear from each one of you. You can follow me on Instagram, Sheelaa M Bajaj, and on my Facebook page, Sheelaa Bajaj M. Thank you. Bye bye. And if you like this podcast, do make sure that you comment, you like, and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you in the next episode.